All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, here's Peterman. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards that time for number 19. Peterman on first down. He finds Corey Davis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
A first down carry here for Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Peterman on second down. Dancing to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Play action. Now Peterman. On the move to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He gets it left side of Johnson, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. In for the score. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Peterman. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They go play action now. Peterman steps away to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Peterman. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To throw is Peterman. Being chased out left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Peterman. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On 3rd and goal, Peterman. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens are in for 6. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Here we go.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll set up to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And now running right through it. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll look to throw here. And he's He's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. A defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now it's Peterman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Fighting to stay up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Peterman. Looking long for Thomas. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake. Here's Peterman. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Watch it now, Barney. Hot! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot!
They'll set up a throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Gun! All right, here we go.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he stopped immediately there. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. To throw now on 2nd and 10. And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
They'll throw on 1st down with Peterman. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be fielded at the 8. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Hot!
Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. This is caught inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Gone! Hot!
He'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, The guys who just gave up that play.
They pitch it out to Johnson. Oh, look at the juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He'll rifle this one deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. He gets away from one. And his throw here is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at
2nd and 10. Peterman again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain of 19 and picking up the 1st.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the shotgun, Peterman. And Davis has it over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Peterman. Escaping the pressure right. Looking long for... And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And it's up and good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tavon Young. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He got 29 yards that time. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll bootleg it with Peterman. Rolling to his right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now Peterman feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Out of the gun, Peterman. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Stephon Tuitt. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Peterman. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
3 down, 3 down. Check.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check. Detroit! Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Motion.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Peterman on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I'd be listening.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens continue to pour it on.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. A screen to Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Peterman on 1st down. Keeps himself up, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Peterman to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
They'll set up a throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game.
Right,
this is 3rd and 14.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll look to throw. They'll find a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Oh, Peterman going to throw. Steps away. And this is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Peterman. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 53 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
But right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
They'll throw on first down with Peterman. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're not running it. Peterman wants to throw it. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go play action here on first down. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. On first down, Peterman. Throwing left side, it's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Detroit!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Peterman. Looking long for Thomas. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Looking to go back to Thomas again. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Peterman. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Peterman. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. A big offensive explosion helped leading.